Heat were up by 26 at halftime. The Heat appearing to be pulling things together, but however, we're going to focus on these Boston Celtics right now who seem to be struggling. They took a major blow. Jaylen Brown out for the season, having surgery on a torn ligament in his left wrist. Man, career highs across the board, whether it be points, assists, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. He was having a career year. He is done for the season. Taking a look at the standings, the way they are as we speak, the 7th spot occupied by the Boston Celtics, who are 2 games back of the Miami Heat. And if they lose tonight, they will be forced into the play-in situation. Channing Frye is here with me in Studio B. Ro Parrish. We are talking about these Boston Celtics, and I'll just go ahead and say this. At the beginning of the season, I predicted that this team would take a leap and go to the NBA Finals. Right now, I look like an ignoramus.
Oh, that's a good word.
That is a good word. You like that. I kind of made it up, but not really. Nevertheless, that's not what's important. But these Boston Celtics, you can say they underachieved. What has been the biggest thing that stood out as far as why they played so poorly? Is it defense? Is it continuity? Is it chemistry? What is it?
I don't think it's chemistry. I just think, just me being a GM, I necessarily don't think their bench can sustain what their team does. When Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown get going, it takes away from the overall team. For me, I felt like they're limited at the front court at what they can do. They don't have a dynamic front court. I think they have a big, very good rebounding. And at the end of the day, they're just not consistent. I think they filled their own balloon up, right? They were like, man, we're really good. We're talented. We could just win these games. They just can't win these games. They've had a lot of turnover. I think they missed Gordon Hayward. I think Kemba Walker's been injured all year. And for them, I don't know what they do well, right? And you can see here, I don't know what they do well.
Like what's their identity?
Talent. Yeah, what is your identity? They have talent. They don't make adjustments very well during the game. But, at the end of all that, they're in most of these games because they have so much talent and so many good guys.
Well, this is the question I wanted to ask you. When Brad Stevens said after the loss on Sunday that everybody knew the circumstances, everybody knows where we stand, and they outplayed us. Now, he held himself accountable for that, but how much does this fall on Brad Stevens, the lack of success they've had this season?
I think Brad Stevens is a really good coach. But I also think it's hard for me to not understand why they've had so much turnover when it comes to superstars being there, right? They had Terry Rozier's not a superstar yet, but they've had Terry Rozier.
Yes,
right, they've had Terry Rozier. They've had Kyrie Irving. Kemba Walker's been They had Gordon Hayward, been Everyone's who's come in there has not necessarily flourished except for Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jayson Tatum. So for me, can you adjust your system as a coach to benefit the guys that you have, not necessarily what you thought you were going to be coaching? Does that make sense? So for me, I want to see, like Evan Fournier's been struggling. Coach needs to figure out a way to move things around because he's a big piece now.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just give him the old Isaiah Thomas plays. He needs his own plays. He needs to run those curl plays he used to run with Vooch. And the same with the other guys coming off the bench. Adjust a little bit and make your players better and put them in situations to be successful.
Well, he's actually turning it around. That last game, he scored 30. So he's actually up in his game after coming back from having COVID and being in health and safety protocol. So he's starting to figure things out. So that's the Boston Celtics. We've discussed them. But this Miami Heat team, last season, they crept up on some people. Milwaukee Bucks, we're talking to you. So when we're looking
I'm not talking to them. That's you.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey, we know what happened. We were there. We watched.
Yeah, we were there.
But just moving past that, shouts out to Caron Butler, our former teammate here at NBA TV. What up, Tough Juice? So this Miami Heat team, this rendition this season, should they be viewed as a threat to the higher seeds?
Always.
Why?
All year long, they've been hampered with injuries. But this team has developed their bench. They always have their culture, and their mental toughness is off the charts. They believe in what they do because they've been doing it all year. They've inserted a guy, Trevor Ariza, who wasn't even playing, into their lineup, and they've been winning. I think Bam, statistically, it may not be one of his better years or his greatest year, but to me, seeing his development on the offensive end has been amazing. They've gone through Tyler Hero's struggles and not struggles. He was playing point guard at the beginning of the year. So for me, the development of this team, they may not be the prettiest team, right? They're to me, like the New York Knicks, right? Where if a team speeds them up, they go, who are we and how do we get back to that? They have shooting, they have defense, they have leaders, and they have people who believe with all their soul and might. So if you're going to get into a dogfight with them, Be ready to go the distance. And those are the things that are a problem. Because if they win 1 or 2 games on your court and you got to go to Miami and play, it's going to be tough. The only problem I see with them is they struggle on offense sometimes. They have big lapses.
I like how you mentioned the Heat and the Knicks, kind of similar teams.
Yeah.
Things go in circles. Shouts out to Q-Tip. So 20 years later, essentially 2 teams with similar styles that they played with in the late 90s, playing with them in the early 2000s or 2021, wherever we are right now. Where we are right now, we're about to talk about Russell Westbrook. That's what we're going because you get him on. Became the all-time leader in triple-doubles in NBA history, surpassing the one and only Big O. Russ made history Monday night, the new triple-double king. He has the mic.
It's just a blessing, man. You know, you put so much into the game, you put so much time, you sacrifice so much to put into the game, and to be able to just be mentioned with guys like Oscar and Magic and Jason Kidd and those guys is just something that I never would have dreamed about as a young kid growing up in LA. And I'm truly grateful for moments like this and something that I should. Normally I don't like to pat myself on the back, but tonight I will, just because, I'm so grateful for the ones before me and so blessed and thankful for the man above for allowing me to go out and do what I do.
Go ahead, pat yourself on the back. When you're the best, you got to say it with your chest and mean it. All-time triple doubles. LeBron, J. Kidd, Magic Johnson, the Big O, and Russell Westbrook at the top of the list. To put this in a little bit better perspective, take a look at this.
A 6'3" guard from UCLA, Russell Westbrook! He is Mr. Triple-Double of his generation.
What Oscar did with the triple-double would never happen ever again.
Nope. There's not one guy on this planet who can do it.
I see why not. Westbrook, the hesitation. Oh! Monster jam by Russell Westbrook.
Point guards don't do what he does. They're not built that way. You see him for 8 years do a lot of things that are superhuman.
And I make sure that I impact the game in many ways, rebounding, assisting, whatever it is that my team needs from me. Honestly, believe there's no player like myself.
So, once upon a time, Russell Westbrook didn't have any triple-doubles.
How do you answer that question? What are you, Russell Westbrook?
I'm a point guard. I'm going to try my best and go out and, do what I can for the team and try to help them any way I can.
Terry for 3. Nothing. There is the triple-double for Westbrook.
I had to come out, Kevin and Jeff, I had to do everything else to help my team win.
Durant just inside the free throw line. Westbrook, hello!
They see it on TV, but up close and personal, you blink your eyes, he's up and down that floor. And, he can get a triple-double any night.
What do those triple-doubles represent to you?
I never take anything for granted when I get on the floor. I'm just thankful to play the game I love.
What a pass! What a pass! Play of the day! Russell Westbrook has passed his way into NBA history with his 42nd triple-double on the year. Adams gives it back to Russ. Deep shot! Get it! What a perfect ending to a historic day! Westbrook gives the Thunder the victory at the buzzer.
I only have one more thing to say. MVP! Gotta appreciate the greatness of NBA players. There are few players that could ever do what Russell Westbrook is doing.
It's called Russell Hustle. Westbrook for the win. Got it! Westbrook has entered a special place in history with his 100th career triple-double.
He's in attack mode every play of every game, and that is not normal.
Why not mindset? Just coming out, giving all I have, and just being at a high level.
2020 game, first time since 1968.
He's one of a kind player. There's no other person that's led in triple doubles year after year, and he's going number 3. So
he now has 139 career triple-doubles to move into sole possession of second place, which moved him past Magic Johnson, trailing only the great Oscar Robertson.
I looked up to guys like you, Magic Johnson, and being from LA, Kobe Bryant as well, and to be associated, especially with the club that you're in, complete honor.
your progress has been remarkable.
Russell Westbrook will average a triple-double for the 4th time in his career. He's on adding to his Wizards total of triple-doubles, but he is closing the gap between he and Oscar Robertson for most career triple-doubles.
And we are finally at this moment to witness this 47-year-old record to be broken, and we're on the verge of that tonight. They're the fans. They're cheering. They want to see history tonight.
Absolutely. A record that has stood for 47 years. A fadeaway. And there it is. History. Russell Westbrook has just surpassed Oscar Robertson.
Highest games with a triple-double in NBA history. Highest percentage of games. So Russell Westbrook, 17.7. So he's played over 900 games, and 17.7% of the time, he's given you a triple-double. Chan, you can tell I'm not good in math. That's another story for another day.
Me neither. My brain shut off. That's too much.
Listen,
That's so much.
Bro, so many said it couldn't be done. All types of ballers. I'm talking Hall of Famers to 10-day guys. No one is ever breaking this record. However, the general public, do they appreciate this achievement enough that Russ made?
Hex to the no. Absolutely not. I think what he is doing and what he has done, and in the fashion that he's done, this man has been a winner his whole career. He's been one of the most respected guys in the NBA. His tenacity, I wrote these words down, a lot of E's on here, right? Energy, animosity, ferocity, and tenacity.
Come through, Webster.
Oh, your boy, hey, listen, Arizona, he is ferocious. Like, you have to make a conscious decision when he's coming straight at you, like, is it worth it? Do I want to take this charge? And then every night he plays, I remember being up, I think we were up 6 with 7 seconds to go. And this dude hit 2 like half-court heaves to make us go into overtime. And I said, man, what the? Most guys give up. He doesn't give up. And for him to rebound, he's 6th in the NBA. Now, in today's game, we have some of the most elite athletes at all positions. We have guys who are guards at 6'9", 6'10". This dude is 6th in the NBA at rebounding, which is an astronomical number for a guard. So it's hard enough for me, big 7 foot, to get 6. This dude's getting 24. Please enjoy your time with him. It is amazing. Stop trying to analyze how he does it or why he's doing it. Just enjoy it. I mean, we've seen so many guys come and go in this league. He is special and unique, and I'm glad I had a chance to compete against him.
DeAndre Ayton, Nikola Vucevic, the Joker, and the process, and the MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's averaging more rebounds than all 5 of those bigs.
Y'all tripping, man. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Hey, check this out. Time for the road ahead, presented by Jeep. The next few games to close the season for the Washington Wizards. Now, among the potential pit teams, that's what I'm calling it, play-in tournament, pit teams.
Okay.
Are they the most dangerous in the league?
I'm going to say yes.
Tell me why.
I think, number one, they believe. I think when you have 2 guys like Westbrook and Bradley Beal, it creates opportunities for everyone else. You can't guard Beal, you can't guard Westbrook, so you let everyone else eat. And those guys got the green light.
Like paid in full. Everybody eats. You know how that goes.
Eats.
Hey, check this out. It's Ralph, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike's fist. However, tonight he will not play. LeBron is out tonight against the New York Knicks, which is on tonight on TNT. No LeBron in the game tonight. We'll be taking on Julius Randle, the Eastern Conference Player of the Month in April. All-Star, Most Improved, Home Court in the East. The Knicks are bowling. Shouts out to Jim Jones. And then there's Jimmy Buckets. The Heat, 2 games up on the C's, sitting at 6. Run the Jewels. Mr. Big Face Coffee leading the NBA in steals. This Heat team peaking at the right time. And then there are the Boston Celtics. Yeah, not so much for them right now. They are struggling. They still have an opportunity to get back in the mix, but now they are in the play-in situation. NBA fans, what's good? You are now rocking with the best. Ro Parrish here in Studio V, and it is game time on your screen, here to engage, enlighten, and entertain with the NBA champion Channing Frye, who decided he wanted to dress like Ro P today. He forgot his all-black tie.
No, my bad. I went with my Jones of New York.
Is that? Yeah. I don't even know what to say. But nevertheless, good to see you, Channing.
It's good to see you, too, man.
Yeah, and I like the glasses,
Thank you.
too. Nice,
I got to see
nice
I'm getting old.
Touch. there. So we will now focus on basketball. LeBron James, as I mentioned in the intro, he will not play tonight against the Knicks. He is scheduled to play against Houston, where he will make his return. So the ankle is still not right. He will sit out tonight against the Knicks. And let's pull up those Western Conference standings to show you the position that the Lakers are currently in. Play-in area in the 7th spot right now. If the play-in started today, they would take on the Golden State Warriors, which would be must-see TV for a lot of people. So, Channing, these Los Angeles Lakers, better situation for them to be in the play-in, potentially going up against the Warriors, or moving up to the 6th spot where they still have an opportunity and maybe matching up against the Clippers. Which is the best scenario for these Lakers?
The best scenario is that they're healthy. I think for me, you look there, they're a game and a half behind the Portland Trailblazers. You're not going to press Anthony Davis. You're not going to press LeBron. You're going to give Dennis Schroeder some time to come back. But for me, looking at this schedule, Rockets, okay, that should be an automatic W. The Pacers, okay, they're playing a little bit better, right? But again, that's another W. And the Pelicans, they're a tough young team, but by then they should know that they're not going to be in the playing game, and they'll shut everyone down. That's another W. But for me, I think they like the matchup at 7 because if the Phoenix Suns are 2, they like that matchup, especially as a healthy team. And for me, I laugh at you're the best team in the Western Conference all year long. And then in the first round, you got to play the Lakers with a healthy LeBron and AD. If he's playing anything like he played last game, they're a problem. And that sucks. And I'm sorry for the Suns and the Utah Jazz. It's like, man, good job on being first. Now go play the defending champs.
Oh, man, and you mentioned AD, and this is the way we set things up on television perfectly.
You saw that live?
Throw it up. Go get it. Now, Anthony Davis, last 2 games, 39 points per game, 12 rebounds, crazy average and crazy numbers.
Well, to me, it's just his versatility, right? As a big man, you're putting him by the 3-point line. The first time he makes a move on himself. This time he's playing the traditional 5 where he posts up and goes to work right there on Frank Kaminsky and right here he faces up. He's being played by a 5-man. And DeAndre Ayton is playing great defense here, and he just makes another fall away at the free throw line. These are all paint shots. Now, right here, this is where he really excels at. Anthony Davis is always in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. For him to track that ball like that, running full speed, is amazing. Now, right here, he's just paying attention, right? He played 2, he stops the shot, and then finishes and meets him at the rim. Kaminsky won a foul, but that's a clean block. I watched it. Now, right here, he's also paying attention. He has to play 2 on that weak side action, and he blocks a jump shot. And Jake Crowder is not a small guy. So for him to be able to block the jump shot, come back and end up getting, I think that was a layup on the other end, was ridiculous. Everything he did in that game was what we saw in the bubble, is what I say. If he's playing, you don't have to give me 40, you give me 30 to 40, and the LA Lakers will win another championship, but they need Schroeder and they need Braun back at some capacity. But this dude is the man.
He is the man. Schroeder's still out, as you mentioned him. He is out due to health and safety protocols. And that's Anthony Davis. We know about the Lakers. They get plenty of chatter all over. But however, let's have a conversation about these New York Knicks. They've won 13 of the last 16. As I mentioned at the top, they are in playoff position. They have home court right now. You have Julius Randle, who could be an all-NBA performer, maybe as high as first or second team, perhaps.
Got to be first or second team.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So looking at this Knicks team, they've been awfully impressive. And obviously, you feel like they need this game more than the Lakers do tonight?
Well, I think when you're building culture, you need every game. Every game has to have some semblance of importance. And I think they're building something, not just for this year, but for next year. And to me, the 2 things that they did this year, which are huge in any organization, establish culture, and then they value the basketball. Right? So when things get out of whack, they go to their main man, Julius Randle, they spread the floor, and they allow him to operate. And look at this, their points, even though that's not a lot in today's game, they play a slow-down game. They shoot the right shots. Nobody's playing willy-nilly. Tibbs gave them the freedom to play on offense, but requiring them to play a high-level elite way of defense. So for them, it's like, hey, if I miss 3 or 4, I can still get my minutes if I'm locking down on defense. And a lot of teams right now want to be pretty. This team isn't pretty. They don't shoot the 3 necessarily well. They don't do, they're not just this flashy team. They are a grinded out New York pothole team. And that's what's dangerous, especially in the playoffs, when their physicality, their understanding of their system and what makes them good, and then they have vets, and then they have Tibbs, who's a great coach. They're a dangerous matchup in the first round.
Dangerous matchup, and you mentioned veterans. Derrick Rose, one of those veterans, brought in during the season. Of course, him and Tibbs have a long history.
We were here for that.
We were here. We actually were here for that.
Yes.
But his impact on this team
huge.
Has been huge so far. So he's not the starter coming off the bench for every game but 3 this season, but he's playing more minutes than the starter, and he's coming up big in big moments.
For sure. What he does is he calms your team down. When that veteran presence, when the team is establishing their pace of the game, like let's say you're playing a Golden State who wants to come in fast, Derrick Rose is able to create. He's another person other than Julius Randle that can control the pace of the game. When he has a mismatch, he can create for other people and he can create for himself. And you know what? He needs to be in the game because he's also going to make the right plays. He's going to communicate, and he's another he's a Tibbs from Chicago playing with bounce. And D. Rose has been amazing for that team, and he's Julius Randle's Robin right now as R.J. Barrett starts to rise up.
Rising up. That's what they're doing. The New York Knicks. Shouts out to Ben Lyons and Fat Joe, the biggest.
Oh, Ben,
New York,
good gracious.
The biggest New York Knicks fans I know. I know they're going to be locked in and watching tonight. The Knicks with a chance to clinch their first playoff spot since 2013. Ooh. Yeah, they need the Boston Celtics to lose in order for that to happen. The Boston Celtics are taking on the Miami Heat. There is, like Tommy Davidson would say, bam! Bam Adebayo, all-world player.